Hey guys, I wanted to come on here and talk about this situation where you have a Black woman from South Africa who was assaulted and racially attacked by a white supremacist in Johannesburg, South Africa. And this story on social media kind of started attracting a number of attention based on the fact that she was in a situation and then was accused, after speaking out about it, she was accused of somehow blaming Black men for not stepping in and protecting her, which kind of means that there was Black men around present at the time. Now, I've been saying that this issue with Black men and the lack of protection that they give and defense that they give to Black women is a global issue. I've been saying that the passivity of the Black male, not all of them, but we do know there's an overabundance and an epidemic of cowardly behavior being exhibited by Black men globally. And this kind of speaks to that, because when you think about men protecting women and the fact that we live in a society of white supremacy where you have racist white supremacists who are by and large very cowardly and they look for weaker targets, it is essential, it's crucial to have the protection of the males there. But ultimately, when you look at the fact that Black men as a collective group do not even protect or defend themselves, then this becomes a bigger issue than, just certain isolated cases. And again, while we know that all Black men do not exhibit this behavior, this cowardliness, we've seen videos where many of them will defend Black women. They don't really care what's going on. I've seen situations, we've all seen videos where that is the case. We do know that those situations are often overshadowed by the overabundance of videos in which you see Black men either just standing around with their camera phones out, screaming world star, or all over social media making excuses as to why they shouldn't protect these women. And it also goes to something, some type of false suspicions of interracial dating or somehow co-signing or defending white men, which is this case in her situation. And so she took to social media to point out the fact that she didn't ask for Black men's help. And when I go over the tweets, when you see how she's responding, it just tells you this is a very big, very real issue, okay? Because other races of men, it doesn't matter what the woman may have done. Doesn't matter if she's a swirler. It doesn't matter who she's defended. And this can be any race other than Black. If they see that another race of man is attacking their women, they're going to jump in. They're not going to allow it. You may have some small exceptions where you will have some white men who maybe won't get involved, but white men or Asian men or Hispanic men or whatever, different groups of men. But by and large, they definitely do lend support to the women and the children in their community. So this behavior is nearly exclusive to Black men. And there always seems to be some type of excuse behind it, yet they can't really explain to you why they're not even protecting themselves from racial attacks. Because I've seen too many videos where Black men are getting beaten and brutalized by not even just police, but normal citizens, and they don't protect themselves. Like in that situation where there was a Black man on the bus and the white bus driver pulled over and started beating him, and the dude didn't do anything to protect himself. Or the situation in Spain where the white woman walked up to him and started throwing out racial slurs, attacking him, insulting him, and then told him that she could bust him over the head and kill him and nothing would happen to her. And then he proved her right by allowing her to commit to bust him over the head with a bottle, and he was sitting there talking about forgiveness. So this is a huge issue, and it's an issue that's being overlooked. and were being given excuses and all these other reasonings as to why they can't protect their women, because they're not just going to come out and say, well, we're too afraid to protect ourselves. Now, I want to get into this story because I want to show you guys what's really interesting to me. So the story says, TV and radio host Laredo, and I don't know her last name, but it looks like it's pronounced Kenyago, has stepped in to diffuse a massive debate on the role of Black men in protecting women after she was allegedly assaulted in a racial spat at a pick and pay store in Johannesburg on Monday. Laredo was allegedly strangled by a white man after an altercation at a store. Laredo claimed that her domestic worker was allegedly called the K word, which the K word is I believe is kefir, and it's the equivalent of being called a nigger. Now, why white people are even allowed to be in Africa at all, especially to be able to come there and call them racist names while being in their country, it really should be insulting to every Black person across the globe. But she was called K-word by a woman for apparently standing in the way of another shopper. Laredo alleges that shortly after she and the woman got embroiled in a heated verbal exchange, the woman's husband allegedly started choking Laredo. So it kind of sounds like, you know, Laredo wasn't about to sit here and deal with this white supremacist female disrespecting her. She was going to put her in her place. Now, keep in mind, they're in a store. White people there are the minority. So obviously, when you think about the situation, how it played out, there just had to be Black men there. Taking to Twitter shortly after the incident, Laredo said she had laid a charge with police and was on her way to view video footage so the man could be traced. Now, understand that this woman, she is a public figure. She is a celebrity. She is one of the judges on Project Runway, okay? It said the incident has since sparked a debate on social media over whether Black men in the shop should have stepped in and helped Laredo. One Twitter user even went far as to tell Laredo not to blame Black men for not protecting her. Now, just, you know, it's really interesting how we see situations like this globally. And it's like, just like I was asking that whole Dusty Sugar Booty Coon on my channel yesterday, how is it that Black men engage in the behaviors that they engage in and they don't think about the global ramifications of how they behave, nor do they think about their reputation? Clearly, they have sunk into a level that is so low that they don't feel like there's problem with it. They don't feel like there's an issue when they are the single only group of men on this planet, it appears, who refuses to protect themselves and the women and the children of their community. So this is despicable. But it says, I have opened the case at the Honeydew police station. Thankful for the speedy process. I am off to pick and pay to view the footage so we can trace him and his family. Okay. And now this man came on here, the Black man, said, we are enjoying our holidays, sissy. Please let us be, and please don't blame us Black men for not rescuing you from your white friends. You always defend rather than blame white males for not rescuing. Now, I've looked over her social media page, her Twitter page, and I'll show some of it. And I don't really see any tweets or anything about her defending white people. Now, I'm not saying that she hasn't. I don't know. I'm saying based on her social media page, I'm not understanding where he's getting this from, because there's also quite a bit of people on there who is talking about how she does speak out against racism, and she does use her platform to bring national attention to the issues that Black people face. Now, the only issue that I take with her is the fact that she is a Christian, but I take issue with every Black person who's a Christian because I feel like it is a slave religion. It is a slave religion, and it's brainwashing, and it simply teaches Black people to be passive towards white and docile in the face of white supremacy. But I really believe that he is making up an excuse, as Black men, even in the States, do whenever it comes to the protection of Black women. Yet if a Black man does something to Black men, it doesn't really matter what he does, his position on Black women. They expect undying loyalty and support. And I think Black women need to stop doing that. So she came back and said, at what point did I blame Black men? At what point did I ask for help from you? Stompies from Twitter will confuse you. I did what many women do, fight their own battles to avoid people like you. Disappointment. I went into this alone, and I will go out of it alone. Now, the thing of it is she really should have said, you know, I did what many Black women have to do, which is fight our own battles. Because white women, Asian women, Latina women, or whatever, Hispanic, that's not a race, but culturally, they are of the mindset that the man needs to lend protection to the woman regardless, because of the fact that she's a woman. So only in the Black diaspora is it okay to sit up and make excuses as to why you shouldn't defend your women. It said, while the incident continues to spark outrage, Pick and Play told Sheen Saw Live that they will cooperate fully with police if needed. Everyone is welcome at Pick and Play, and we pride ourselves on providing a safe and friendly environment for all of our customers. Sadly, there are occasionally unfortunate incidents between customers. We intervene as quickly as possible to defuse them and cooperate fully with the police if and when they become involved, Pick and Play spokesperson Janine Cardona said. Now, the only thing that I don't like about this, and this is what I said in terms of her being a Christian, because she put out a statement in this article saying, I'm not even angry, I'm just very disappointed. And then she goes further to say, you know, we still have a lot of progress to be made in that country, which it mirrors what Black people are talking about here, which is why I don't understand why they think picking up and going to Africa is somehow going to exempt them from white supremacy when they're experiencing the same white supremacy in Africa as you experience here. Now, if you go on her Twitter, okay, you can see that she has this tweet from September 23rd, 2016, but as we go more into her tweets, you will see a number of different people who are going to be tweeting out to her. You know, you will see some people supporting her, like this person say something, said, people with the least amount of knowledge on any matter are the ones who are most likely to publicly comment on it, mother. There's an actual study that proves that. Let these idiots, yeah. Then if you go up, about justice, said, but Laredo is our mother. She always fights racism and stood by us. You like the ANC that ignored what Mama Winnie did for us. Are you living under a rock? Be a awake person. And see, the thing of it is you have people on here defending her and saying that she does speak out against racism. You have a person here talking about the only problem is that some of you, especially celebrities, want to score points for your own personal fame on issues like, why did you have to blame our Black brothers for not helping you? And yet you don't even respond to their simple hi on normal days. So the mentality of Black men, it appears, in South Africa is mirroring that in America, which is why I say there's an issue with the global diaspora of Black males. There is something going on in the psyche where they've become very passive, very docile. They don't understand what it is to be a man, nor do they understand how to fulfill the role of the man, because you see the same type of excuses here in Johannesburg, South Africa, as it applies to a Black woman being attacked, as you do in the US. It's a problem. It is a problem. Because I haven't seen anything where she was, even if you go down, and I know these are from early, but you can just continue to scroll down, and I just don't see too much of anything where she's defending white men. So this may or may not be, it may or may not be an excuse. It kind of sounds like it is, but my thing of it is that if anybody knows about who she is, or if you see any type of information where she's actually defending white men, then please bring that to me. But I've been going over her Twitter page, and I don't see anything where she's defending white men. Now, I don't follow her, so she may or may not be doing that, but I haven't seen it, so I'm not sure where he's getting that from. And the dude who actually made the comment, none of them, if you notice, are actually posting tweets or anything where she's on here defending white men. So that's the real interesting situation here. And it's also why I believe that they're just simply making excuses as to why to withdraw protection from a Black woman in South Africa the same way that they do here. This is a big problem, and it shows globally that there's a level of cowardice in Black men that is not being present in other races of men. But you guys let me know what you think about this. And like I said, if you guys find some alternate information, or if you somehow, you know, think that she was defending them, or if you think this is a legitimate excuse, do let me know, because I definitely have no problem coming back and revising what I said and saying, well, you know, maybe I was wrong, she was defending white men. But even then, it would be a double standard, because if a Black man is in a relationship with a white woman and completely ignoring racism, they still require loyalty from Black women. And if they don't get the loyalty, they'll resort into shaming tactics. But yet there's a Black woman who was attacked by this white man, and then they give this excuse of not protecting her because they think she was defending white men and not saying enough about racism. But you guys let me know what you think. Thank you for your support, and I'll see you in the next video.